Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm FU Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're gonna fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
embrace the madness.
The views and opinions expressed on Geekfather are those of the panelists and not those of the Geeks Under the Influence Network, their affiliates, or sponsors. Listener discretion is advised. This is for the parents and not for the kiddies.
Geekfire!
Can you try one more time? Say Geekfather real loud.
Geekfire way out! I just did it.
Hey guys, welcome back. That's right, it's a brand new episode of The Geekfathers, bringing all those trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent right to your front door, right through your ears, into your brains, and that's what the children do to us as well. So hopefully we're catching that right frequency, the freaky frequency, if you will, getting ready for this Halloween weekend, guys. Welcome back. I'm Scotty P, also known as The Geekfather. I'm running solo today, guys. Unfortunately, we've had to do some solo, different type of episodes the past couple times, but we're just getting it together. That's part of being the parent, man. That's what we got to do to run this game, and we're doing the best we can. So thank you for definitely sticking around with us, doing all this, and I'll make this a generally quick episode, kind of like my old school original episodes. You know, we'll see how it does. As long as you're listening, I'll keep talking as best as I can, and I'm guessing that hopefully you're still listening at this point. So guys, thank you very much. Hopefully you're enjoying all the content that's been out there, for what, at the very least, what we've been able to provide. And of course the other shows on the network still keeping it strong, doing what they do best, especially from the Mouths of Madness. You know, it is their month. You know, that show takes over this time of year, of course, which we all love it. We all love it. So hopefully everybody is good and ready. Speaking of which, for Halloween, by the time you're hearing this, we will be approaching the holiday weekend. Costumes ready. Again, ready for those sugar highs of stealing the kids' candies out of their bags while they sleep. All the fun stuff and advantages, you know, that we get as a parent, and hopefully everybody has a great get-together, for what it's worth. I know there are still some restrictions in place. However, this Halloween, we have a little bit more leeway than we did last year, but of course, always still be smart, be safe, wash your hands, wear a mask when you can. You know, hopefully everybody's getting vaccinated as needed. You know, it's always hard to say that when you know certain people still can't get it done, or at least have a proper vaccination that doesn't end up hurting you more than doing better. But I digress already. It's already a full-on old man tangent of spookiness and Halloween good times, which is exactly, I know, what we're here for. Hopefully what you're sticking around for, guys. So a lot of great things going on. And that's really it. We're all leading up. So hopefully, if you ever do get a chance to, whether you can do it as you hear this episode or throughout the weekend, I know everybody kind of has their own thing depending on what's up with the kids, how they're doing school. But I know the Geekfathers would love to see what you guys are doing out there for the kids, the costumes, the good times. You know, how are you celebrating this holiday? What do you do as a family? You know, would love to see and hear what you guys are up to. You know, where we are always looking for the feedback. Let us know. Of course, probably the best thing to do if you have pictures or anything you do want to share, just remember it will be public. And if you do want to share anything, probably I would say the best bet would probably be the email address, which of course is geekfatherpodcast@gmail.com. So just send us information, send us a picture. We'd love to see what you guys are doing for this great holiday. You know, I mean, we've talked about it so many times now, where this is just the tip of the iceberg to get us really going into really all of our favorite holidays. But this is really the peak for some of us. This is just the good time we're having. So I know friends are having get-togethers, and of course, still be safe. Fortunately, a lot of neighborhoods are great about protecting and watching out for their own, but there's still the occasional crazies out there, and as a parent, you're always have that, at least at the very least, in the back of your mind on what's out there. I guess as long as we don't like a few years ago when we had those random clown dudes just standing at street corners waving at people very creepily, it was a fun joke or for whatever it was. I don't think anybody got hurt from that. I think there was a line drawn and nobody crossed the line, but who knows? There could have been stories we really didn't hear about around here either. But as long as people are still having fun with this holiday, whether it's scary good times or just being with other people because there's still a lot of people that haven't been able to do as much even now. So looking forward to that, guys. But I mean, that's really about it. We're getting ready here. There's been some crazy times going on as well, getting ready. Definitely some difficult things happening in the GY world, personally, and it affected all of us. And I'll touch more on that at the end of this episode. But let's see. One of the great things that have happened this year, my kids have definitely had a breakthrough, which as you know, since I've started this show, it's always been really questionable what my kids are going to do for horror movies and different things like that. Even in non-Halloween type episodes, this subject has come up. And the kids really surprised me so far this year. They are both interested in some type of horror Halloween movies. They've been watching them and enjoying them. Now, I've been mindful of which ones they are. Maybe if I can find a way to skip a scene or two here and there where it's just, age appropriate. Still trying to be mindful of that, of course. But it really does get me right in the emotions, if you will, that both my children have had some type of love for the horror movie genre. And the way they're keeping themselves entertained with this stuff this year, it's been really great seeing how they grow and how they've really expanded in what they're getting into for Halloween. Now, neither of them have scary costumes, but they still appreciate the scary of this and that. I think next year is really going to be the big push where we see about maybe a haunt or haunted house that we go to. But again, that all just depends on how it goes from there, guys. And that's really catching up. I'm not going to get too much. It's been difficult the past couple weeks. I mean, there's loan repairs that have happened around here and different things like that. But one thing that unfortunately has affected this holiday as well, and let me go ahead, and I feel like my mind keeps coming back to this. And I'll probably even end the episode here at this point because I'm already babbling. And really, this is a personal vent, if anything, just this episode for the holiday season, what's happened leading up to it. Now, we expect to have a great time this weekend. There's a couple of get-togethers happening. The kids will be able to go trick-or-treating that they weren't able to last year. It's just, unfortunately, we are missing someone who will not be able to join us. And if you've heard anything on any of the other episodes or just through Facebook, unfortunately, we have Uncle Dan, is how he's known in our house, the Danimal on the GUI network. Dan, unfortunately, has left this plane. And that's really what most of you already know what's going on if you're listening to this. And if you don't, we've lost a brother, a truly fallen person it just, Lowdown put it the best way, where it's unfortunate that we've lost such a positive person when we have so many negative assholes out there. That's really the best way to put it. And I totally agree. It's hurt us all to some degree. So not only are we trying to have fun with the holiday season and in the holidays that follow, trying to keep our chins up, so to say, but it's definitely going to be a little bit more difficult this year without Uncle Dan around to help support, be there, encourage, in so many ways. So guys, if you ever knew Danimal or knew of Dan from the GY Network as a friend, a brother, however it may be sure you raise a glass this weekend, and just a little bit for him. He's missed, and then that's what it just makes it difficult. I don't know what else to say, and I'm sorry. I started out strong and with some great positivity, but it's hard to really get out there and keep going when something like this has happened. So appreciate y'all for your general support, everything that's going on. And that's really what I wanted to touch on, is that even though we are still going, we're still going strong, we've hit a bump in the road in general. And I'll say it as a GUI thing more than anything else, guys. So just remember to be there for each other. My constant preaching of one village, one tribe, it's still there, and you really see the effect on where one person can the ripple of something like death can affect so many others. And just keep that in mind as we are celebrating different things this year, is that unfortunately we've just lost too many people. We're still going to keep the holidays as positive as possible, gatherings as upbeat as we can, because that's really what even someone like Dan would have wanted it. There will be sadness, there will be tears shed, but he is definitely someone that would want you to celebrate and remember the good times, the great things that have happened. And that's the way we've got to carry on, guys. And Halloween is going to be a great way to do it. Just where the veil is thin, the spirits will be among us, and you'll definitely know if someone like Dan is walking with you side by side. His spirit will be there for protection, for good times, to make sure you're getting that hearty, belly shaking laugh at some stupid, crazy dad joke being said. Enjoy yourself. Remember how we all got here. Remember all the people that have held us up as we've done it, and any other cliche phrase you can think of that will go along with that, guys. So unfortunately, this quick episode kind of it's like that. We're expecting great times, but we also have to remember that unfortunately tragedy did strike recently within the families, I should even put it, sounding mafia, if you will. But guys, just remember, again, and even more emphasis, just to remember all the good times. Be there for everybody, each other as much as you can. Do what you can to keep positive, especially for the kids. Bring up the good memories, not the, let all the negativity go away. Use it as a learning experience and then carry on. Keep moving, guys, please. So on that note, I'm already going to wrap up. Let me even just give you a moment, make sure, of course, to, if you do want to catch any episodes that Dan was a part of course, go to guypodcast.com. Unfortunately, he wasn't on much the past year or so because, he did move out to Denver, for those of you who didn't know. But if you've ever heard any of the older episodes that Dan was able to be on, definitely go check those out again. Just the voices he could do, the dad jokes, definitely laying it on thick. Go check out some of the old episodes in honor of him. Some great times, but in general, you'll see definitely in pictures and things like that we were able to celebrate quite a bit of GUI with him, and as he was a friend and a supporter of all the showrunners and everything, he was involved very heavily as even just a regular panelist. So we appreciate that from Dan, and of course we'll never forget him. And if you want, while you're on guypodcast.com, go see our friends at T Public. Remember, there's all sorts of jokes related to all the shows, all the episodes, and different things like that. So do that. And that's really it, man. I just wanted to make sure I had a chance to come on here since the Smash family was able to do their own episode. Unfortunately, it's just you usually get me because my family doesn't like to, they're more bashful than I am. I'm the outgoing one. So, but I love them, and they love what we do here, guys. So, you just get me this time, but thank you for listening. Check out all the old episodes with Danimal as a great remembrance of him. Oh, I've already done it a few times, but over the holiday weekend, I'll be raising my glass, I know, to him multiple times. So again, just hug each other a little bit tighter, guys. Watch out, protect each other. We're still all in this together. Just don't forget, join us or cry.
In a world ravaged by movie studios that keep rehashing the same things, only one podcaster has the guts to make it even worse. Join Mike the Hobbit as he traverses the internet to bring you some of the best and worst ideas for reboots, remakes, and reimaginings of some of your favorite and least favorite TV and film properties. Ideas like a John Waters He-Man movie, Fantastic Four the musical, and Aliens done entirely with marionettes. What podcast would bring this evil upon the world? This is Smack My Pitch Up. Available anywhere you get your podcasts.
GUIPodcast.com